wonderful people. Welcome to the third episode of Voice of Tomorrow. This is a program specifically made for young adults in tertiary to build their public speaking skills. My name is Rosemary Oseikofo, and I am going to be your host for today. Today happens to be a very beautiful day where these young ones are going to give us more insight on our culture and our heritage. And we are blessed to have an affable judges here who are going to judge based on their confidence level, their articulation, and confidence. This program is proudly powered by Stanbic Bank.
Hello, lovely people of Ghana. It is me once again, Emmanuel Kofi Apieje, with the short code VOT15. Today, I am dressed as a Brafo from the Ashanti region of Ghana, and today we'll be talking about cultural diversity and how it promotes national development. Please vote for me very much, using the short code VOT15. Thank you. Waya, 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 waya. Waya ye, yenim pon, yenim janio, aye. Good evening, lovely people of Ghana. I am Emmanuel Kofi Apieje, but today I am an Obrafo from the Ashanti Kingdom. Oh yes, today I'll be talking about cultural diversity and how our culture promotes national development. From the busy market and street in Accra to the beautiful north of Ghana, there are 16 regions, many ethnic groups, and diverse languages. Yet, it is in our diversity that we find our strength. It is in our diversity that we promote national development and unity. Talk about our festivals, the Udrafashe, the Kundum, the Bakete, and many others. These festivals promote national unity, promote tourism, generate revenue for our government, help us to, undergo developmental projects to make our country a better place for us. It puts Ghana on the global map and brings attention to all of us, to us as a country. Talk about our funerals, how we behave, how we act. Talk about the funeral that happened recently in Ashanti region during the demise of the Queen Mother of Ashanti Kingdom, the Dotiye, how it brought culture, and we could see Obrafo, we could see people like me parading in Ashanti region, gagging the body of the form of the late Queen Mother. These things are stuff that bring us culture, that puts us on a national map. Ladies and gentlemen, even though we are many people, we have different languages, we are still one people. We have common destiny. Gone are the days where Obrafo used to fight with wars between Ashanti region and the Dentra in the central region. Those days are behind us. There is strength in our diversity. We do not have to fight because we are different. Whether you are Gan or Ashanti or Dagomba or Nsema or Fanti, we are all one people. We are one Ghana with a common destiny. One people, one nation. Whether it's Obake or Akwaba, we are one. We do not have to fight. Rather, we need to use our diversity to promote national development. We need to use our diversity to promote tourism. Tourism is one of the highest exchange earnings in Ghana. We could use our diversity to promote our music, whether it is Sakodie or I Want to Shield You, My Father, Ken Ayusuba from the North. These are things that we can use to promote our nation, to promote our music catalog, put us on the global stage. For Ghana is indeed the gateway to Africa. Thank you, Metamwase. Yejuwaladon, Akpenami Akata.
Mr. PJ, please, before I continue with my comment, I want to ask a question. Are you representing a particular tribe, or I want you to educate me on your outfit?
Okay, so I am dressed as an Obrafo in the Ashanti Kingdom, in the Ashanti region.
That's nice. I like your presentation. It was well researched and clear. And also, your presentation really showcased the beauty of our culture. Okay, and I really like it, and I enjoyed your presentation. You engaged the audience, and that's amazing. Keep it up. Thank you. Okay, well done. Well done. For me, I was taking my point from the purpose of your statement, and we are all here because of cultural diversity. So, the purpose of your speech tonight is to talk about cultural diversity. What did you excel on? And that was what I was looking at, your introduction and delivery. You came in with a song which was more engaging and suspicious. We want to know what's next. And I think it was a very good thing. In your speech, you made mention of different cultures, which means we're showing appreciation. Even though you are speaking from Ashanti, you were able to also show appreciation to other culture. What you may want to work on is your process. So if you want to sing or you want to show that you are sad, we should be able to see that in your speech. You made mention of Abrafo. What do they do when they are coming in? What are the things that really debates them? So for me, it was a very good speech, but research more and come prepared when you want to present that. Thank you very much.
Today, I like your presentation. Okay, and again, just to add up what Madam says about your costume. Initially, I didn't understand what you were trying to portray. With your hair flow like that, I was a bit surprised. And let me ask again that anytime you are presenting something like this, I would suggest that you should come with some sort of props to enhance your presentation, because the audience should understand much more of whatever you're presenting. Okay, it has to go in line with your presentation. Do you understand? And again, your gestures too was on point, but just are trying to avoid the movement. Okay, and you'll be fine. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kanton Jamila Ahmed, a graduate from the University of Cape Coast. I read Communication Studies and I minored in English and French. Today, I'm here to speak about how cultural diversity strengthens national development. My code is VOT12. Please vote for me. Thank you. I grew up in the northern region of Ghana, and by age 13, I had to move to the south to continue my basic education. When I moved to the South, I realized that the food, the style of dressing, the language, even the jokes were somewhat different from the North. But something stood out to me. In the midst of the differences, there wasn't one where I felt completely left out. I was shocked to find out that there were people here in the South that loved Northern foods, and some of them even went on to make jokes about wanting to marry Northern women. That taught me something very profound, that our differences don't necessarily divide us. It is what connects us, it is what brings us together. The coexistence of different cultures, traditions, beliefs, and languages in a particular country, a region, or in the world is what we refer to as cultural diversity. And this cultural diversity is what brings us together. Now, how does cultural diversity strengthen national development? First of all, it sparks innovation and creativity in the creative industry. A perfect example is in the music industry. Here in Ghana, we have southern musicians collaborating with northern musicians. A perfect example is the song Sharifa Sharifa made by Sarkodie and Sharifa Gunu. Another innovation is in the fashion industry, where we have people blending the kente, which is the traditional wear of the Akans, and then the smock, which is the traditional wear of the Northerners, to make fabrics. So innovation in the fashion industry, and we have the pictures here. Cultural diversity incorporate in the corporate and then educational sector allows for people with different ideologies, different thought patterns, different cultures to meet together for us to be exposed to new ideologies, which in the end also helps to broaden our scope of knowledge. And in democracy and governance, cultural diversity helps kings, queens, and then chiefs of different regions and then communities to resolve conflicts and community development. So, cultural diversity is what brings us together. Cultural diversity doesn't necessarily divide us. Cultural diversity is what bridges the gap between us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Jamila, congratulations. Congratulations. That was a good one. And like I said, when you were giving your speech, I was just asking myself, what is cultural diversity? And for me, you were able to speak to the differences we have in terms of ethnicity, in terms of nationality, and all that. I saw that in your speech. Also, yes, your slides was able to give us the clarity, and you were able to tailor it into your own personal story. When speeches are given in that manner, it really resonates with your audience, and they begin to understand the story better. And that was also a very good one. What I think you may need to work on was, I realized you were a bit tense, so you were rushing. You wanted to finish your speech that early. I think that you need to take your time, and where you think that you are losing breath or you are getting scared or tensed, you use pauses. You have to pause and begin to scout the room and pick your thoughts again. But all in all, that was a good one. Keep it up.
Hello, Sandarana. My name is Rashida Mohammed from UPSA Level 400 Accounting Students, and today I am here to deliver a speech on how cultural diversity strengthens our national development. Vote for me, VOT 21. Thank you. Now good. When you travel across Ghana, from the bustling markets of Kumasi to the colorful streets of Cape Coast during the Fetu Afasha Festival, and to the vibrant derbers of the north during the Damba Festival, you don't just see people, you see cultures woven together like kente cloth. Different threads, one beautiful pattern. Did you know that Ghana is made up of over 70 ethnic groups, each with its own culture, tradition, and values? Some may see this as our weakness, but I see this as our greatest strength. Because when people from different ethnic groups come together, amazing things happen. Just like the Chalewate Street and Art Festival in Accra, artists from Ewe, Gang, and Agbani, and beyond come together to transform ordinary walls into living arts. And this attracts tourists. Our culture also boosts our economy. During events like the NAFAC, National Festival of Art and Culture, performers from all 16 regions come together to promote trade, unity, and tourism. And just last year, the Beyond the Return initiative brought a lot of African Americans and Caribbeans to the country. This revived our tourist industry and promoted local businesses. Our culture also promotes peace and unity. This is when Christians help Muslims break their fast during the Ramadan in Tamale, and when chiefs from various ethnic groups stand together during the Independence Day celebration. This shows that unity is not just an idea, it's our way of life. So my friends, our strength doesn't come from being the same. It comes from embracing our differences and working together. Ghana's future is bright, not in spite of our differences, but because of them. Thank you.
Etiefo emamu akwaba anyeme ne baake novinyo miaweso ayama bugi na yaba a level 300 law student of Kimba. Today I speak to you about how cultural diversity strengthens national development. Kindly vote for me using the same code VOT8. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I would want you to lend me your imaginations. And I want you to imagine Ghana as a very big cloth where every color, every strand, every piece of fabric tells a different story, a different culture, a different language. This is cultural diversity, where there's a beautiful blend between different people, different languages, different beliefs. This has made our nation whole. But how does this cultural diversity help in national development? I'm going to talk about just 3 things. 1, cultural diversity is an engine for innovation. In a society that chases progress through and through, innovation is the bottom of progress. In fact, it's beginning. Therefore, cultural diversity in our festivals, our music, our lifestyle, the blend of beautiful kente fabric with current modern styles. Because young lady says we do not want to wear kaba and sleet anymore. Innovation. This is what cultural diversity does for us. Cultural diversity in national development, it promotes peace and unity. There's nowhere in the world where a country that is fighting, somewhere that is in chaos and anarchy, can progress and do well. Therefore, unity and peace is at the threshold of every developing society. And cultural diversity does this for us. Where the Ewe enters the Akan land and they say, Akwa Aba Madamfo, because we are a diverse people. Cultural diversity promotes unity. That is why even though I am not a Gan, I enjoy going to Omova festivals. In fact, I look forward to it. And even though I am not an Ashanti, I enjoy it when I see Ojua Festival. In fact, I am going there today. I'd like to see you there as well. Cultural diversity strengthens us. It unifies us. It gives us a front for starting development. And that is why we say it helps in national development. What else does cultural diversity do for us? Tourism. Today, somebody will tell you, I want to come to Ghana because when I get to the airport, they will dance at the wire and I'll see all these things. And it's actually very beautiful. What does tourism do to our economy as a country? Revenue. Cultural diversity is not just different people having different languages and all. It is a concept that integrates society into a better world, into progress, into unity, into a good lifestyle, and into innovation. Cultural diversity does not divide us. It brings us together. That is why as I stand here, I tell you all, Medekuku, maton fonua. Hello, manyumarie. Or maybe metunya to aswa kasana. I am one person and not na. Cultural diversity. And I speak all these languages. It makes me proud. It makes me feel good. Cultural diversity is a uniting front and not a divide. And in a world where difference creates anarchy, chaos, cultural diversity has proven in Ghana to create unity and progress. Madam Wasi Bebre.
Good day, everyone. I go by the name Hanson Christabel Yaira Ama, contestant VOT 13, or let's say 13. Today, we are going to be diving into how cultural diversity strengthens national development and how Ghana has been able to master unity in diversity. Join me and let's make this presentation remarkable. As I said earlier, vote for me, VOT 13. Thank you. Do you know Ghana has over 70 vibrant ethnic groups? Oh, no. It's not a challenge. It's Ghana's most valuable strategic resource. Today, I'll show you why cultural diversity is our strongest driver of national development. One might ask, what is cultural diversity? Well, cultural diversity is the existence of a variety of cultural and ethnic groups within a society. It looks at people from different backgrounds, religions, traditions, and lifestyles coexisting. To start with, I'd like us to understand why cultural diversity is our economic powerhouse. I'll look at 3 major points: trade and entrepreneurship, cultural exports, and of course, our global market access through languages. So when I talk about trade and entrepreneurship, we are looking about the entrepreneurial spirit of the Ashantis and the Gans in trade, combined with the Northern and Voltarians that creates an incredibly robust and national development. And yes, the cultural exports. You know, our well-weaved kente cloth and our traditional jewelry drives high-value exports and revenue. Our global market access through language. Citizens fluent in our regional languages like the Hausa and Northern dialects, they are able to
play a good role in our cross-border trade, whilst those in the international exposure connect Ghana to global markets. Talk about social stability and inclusive governance. We are looking at the prevention of conflict and effective decentralization. You see, the National House of Chiefs ensure that the policies respect local customs and community buy-in, while our strong national exposure, we cemented with our English and Tree, strengthens us rather to divide us. Our soft power, Ghana's global influence. You know our rich culture in the high life music, Afrobeat, and yes, our celebrated literature, project vibrancy, our hospitality, and of course our successful democracy plays a very vital role in our cultural diversity. And what I'm really enthusiastic about is the inclusion and attraction of the global African diaspora. You see, Ghana has an event annually, which is called the Year of Return, where they bring in diaspora communities right here in Ghana to celebrate our history and cultural heritage. It's not all about the celebration. They look at our investment, boosting of tourism, and of course, our cultural exchange is significantly influenced. Ghana isn't just strong in its cultural diversity. Our diversity is the wellspring of our creativity, the bedrock of our peace, and the face of our global brand. So let's continue to invest in it, and let's also celebrate our strategic resources that will propel Ghana to the next level in height and in industrialization. Thank you very much.
Good day, everyone. My name is Abwaje Berimaya Osichi Asa. I'm a contestant for the Voice of Tomorrow, and my topic today is how cultural diversity strengthens national development. Can you vote for me with the tag VOT3? Thank you. Akwaba, Inzi, Mimawachio. Good day, everyone. My name is Abwaje Berimaya Osichi Asa, a final year student of the University of Professional Studies, Accra, and I'm a contestant for the Voice of Tomorrow, the tertiary edition. Many of you here are from different cultural backgrounds, including I myself. And even today, I'm wearing a coat of many cultures. Every design, every print you see on this shirt I'm wearing has an embodiment of every culture and ethnic group in this country. And today, my topic for today is how cultural diversity strengthens national development. First of all, what is culture? Culture is the way of life of a group of people. What we eat, the language we speak, the songs we sing, the festivals that we celebrate, and how we do our daily things. That is culture. And now, what is cultural diversity? Cultural diversity is the presence of many different cultures in our country. So we have, in our country, in Ghana here, we have the Ewes, we have the Akans, we have the Ga Dangbe, we have the Gonjes. We have so many different cultures inside our country. And what is the presence of these cultures? What is their factor in strengthening national development? National development basically is achieving a global development in the country. Their aim is to seek the social well-being, that is the total well-being of citizens in the country, that is the economic well-being, their social well-being, and the political well-being. And how does cultural diversity factor in strengthening national development? First of all, it boosts tourism. When I say it boosts tourism, for the past few years, many foreigners have been coming to this country just to come and witness different cultures. Many of them come just to come and see how we celebrate our festivals. I mean, how the Airways celebrate Hogbechocho festivals, how Abuachi festival is celebrated, how Adaikese festival is celebrated. Many of them just come to see the display, how they dance, the food that they eat. Many of them just come in. So when they come in, well, they have to stay somewhere. So they are bringing in their foreign currency, whether it's in pounds, dollars, euros. They're bringing their foreign currency into our country, which is going to improve the cash economy system, first of all. Now, when they come in, they have to stay somewhere. So they rent hotels, which will give more hotels more revenue. And therefore, at the end of it all, the hotels are taxed by the Ghana Revenue Authority. They also create employment opportunities. Where they have festivals, they'll need people like security men, they'll need people like bodyguards around. So they hire more of the youth. Second of all, it enhances our democratic values. Different cultures with one mind coming together and enhance our democratic values. What's democracy? Democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people, which was said by the late President Abraham Lincoln. So it it enhances our democratic values. It sees to it that we are not just one people, but we are one people of identity. We are one people of one mind. We are united. We are together. So many of them see how it enhances our democratic identity. Now, the last one is that it strengthens our national culture. Many different cultures coming together with one mind, with one song, with one voice, with one language, with one food, all of them coming together, they strengthen the national culture, because when they are together, it sees that everyone around us sees that no, this country is not just a country, but it's a country that they love each other. Each and every single culture or ethnic group is working together. Imagine a country where different cultural ethnic groups are divided. Imagine where there is war. There's no national development. They are rather making the situation worse. But when they are together, when they are of one mind, all of them come together, and this helps strengthen national development. Thank you for today.
Firstly, I would say that I like your intro. I like how you started your presentation. And also the fact that you educated us on how much revenue our diverse culture brings to us as a nation. But I would advise that when you are presenting, you take your time. Not that you were rushing, but when you are nervous, you just have to pause and then you pick up your pace again. You get it. But you did so well. You were very composed on stage. That's nice. Thank you.
I think your speech was a good one. Reason being that you use the inclusive language by using your dress to help us create a welcoming atmosphere. So your dress was depicting the various cultures, which means you use the props. Another thing I saw from your speech was that there were examples, perspectives, which to enhance the speech you were given. One thing I want you to work on, and another thing you did well, was at least you were able to give us a background of the story. You know, you didn't just zoom into the speech, but there was an introduction, the purpose of why you are here. So assuming somebody is getting in right now, the person will understand or will follow the story you are telling. And that was a very good one. One thing I want you to work on, you know, you made mention of songs, and I was thinking that we even pause and hear some songs from all the regions. It adds some ethics and then beauty to your story, and it makes you stand out. So going into the future, try to bring these things, not just speaking to it, but add props to make your speech better. But all in all, it was a beautiful one. Well done.
Perima. Yes, so let me add to what Madam says. Okay. You give us a good introduction. In fact, I didn't know more about you, but you're able to let us know who you are. Okay. And you're able to give us a clear definition for the culture. And you have actually educated us. One thing that I keep saying is that make sure that all your points are well structured, so that once you start from the inception, you can end it well. Do you understand? That is the only thing I discovered. Apart from that, you did a good job. You had a cultural knowledge. Keep it up.
Ago inyemime, minganye, achomi, Davidel Nenson, VOT7. Today's topic is going to be about how cultural diversity strengthens national development. Kindly vote for me on VOT7. Thank you. When we look all around us, from the coast to the north, we see different cultures, traditions, food, music, dances, and so on. This is beautiful, and this is cultural diversity. Now, cultural diversity is when different people from different societies come together to live within one society. Firstly, cultural diversity promotes innovation and creativity. When different cultures meet, ideas mix, our music, our arts, our fashion, and our culture becomes even richer. Cultural diversity creates a form of unity between us. With the innovation and creativity, let's just take a look at our hip hop and high life. How the musicians are from different sides of the world. Some are Ewes, some are Chi, some are Akans. You don't say because this person is an Akan, so you will not listen to his song. You even partake in the lyrics. You sing some. This is the cultural diversity we are talking about. Ideas from different backgrounds coming together to bring new and even melodious tunes. Now, cultural diversity also fuels economic growth. An example is festivals. During festivals, tourists come from different places, different sites to taste our food, to see our culture, and to even witness what our culture is. In a world where everyone is struggling to become the same, our culture separates us. It makes us unique. It makes us different. In this way, it creates jobs for our people because when tourists come, they come to buy these beads that we all wear and we are adorned in. They buy clothes, shoes to take back and show that yes, we came to Ghana and this is what we brought with us. Cultural diversity also promotes unity and togetherness. During these festivals, people come together to make friends. An example is Homowo. During Homowo, it's not only Ghanaians that celebrate this Homowo. Other people from other tribes also come to witness how Homowo is. People also want to taste how Pekle is, but they are also not Ghanaians. They just want to see how these Ghanaians also celebrate their festivals. When we go to the Akan side, during their festivals, people from other cultures come to also see how these Akan celebrate their festivals. In this, we create a form of togetherness and unity. We are able to make friends, exchange contacts, and even make Ghana a better place. In conclusion, we should not see cultural diversity as a challenge, but as a way to development. And we should celebrate our differences, and together we can make Ghana stronger. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it is Rabiat Al Hassan and I'm here today to deliver a speech on the topic how cultural diversity strengthens our national development. Please vote for me using the code VOT6. Thank you very much. Now Goldie. In the heart of our nation beats 1,000 drums, each with its own rhythm, yet powerful sound. From the north to the south, from the coast to the savannah, we speak many tongues and wear many colors, yet we move with one rhythm, unity. That is the beauty of cultural diversity because life without culture is like tea without sugar. It lacks flavor, meaning, and identity. Culture gives us taste, belonging, and pride in who we are. When we say cultural diversity, it is the presence of various cultural or ethnic groups within a society. It comprises of their languages, religion, foods, and values. Embracing cultural diversity promotes mutual respect, understanding, and collaboration because when people from different backgrounds come together and share their ideas and skills, innovation blossoms. Innovation in business, education, sports like the Olympics, where people from different backgrounds come together to partake in games. Cultural diversity isn't what divides us. It is the golden thread that weaves our nation together. Look at Ghana. Our festivals, from Homoa to Damba, from Abuatre to Hogbechocho, attracts tourists around the world and boost our economy through developmental projects from the revenue acquired from tourism and cross-border trade. Our musicians blend northern rhythms and southern beats to create sound that the world dances to. A diverse nation is a strong nation, one that faces many challenges with many voices and one heart. But this strength comes when we choose understanding over prejudice, teamwork over division, and respect over ignorance. As young people, we must be the bridge the generation that celebrates our differences and build a future of peace and unity. As the late Kofi Annan said, we may belong to different religions, different languages, and different skin color, but we all belong to one human race. So let us stand tall and proud, for our diversity is not our weakness. It is our power, our beauty, and the heartbeat of our nation's development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rabiatu. That was a nice presentation. However, I realized that your PowerPoint is wordy. Okay, so I would advise that you break them down. You use bulletin, okay, bulletin points. They were too wordy. When PowerPoints are wordy, the audience gets overwhelmed with your presentation. You do understand? Because they intend to follow what you are saying, and it will bore them. Some may decide not to listen to what you are saying at all. But you did so well, and I encourage you to do better. Keep it up, okay?
That was a good one. For me, you didn't even need the slides. You didn't even need it at all. You just did justice to it without even looking at it. So there was no point showing the slides. The moment you add slide to what you did, your audience engagement moves away from you. And now, because I, for one, realized that you've been able to memorize every slide per slide, I was rather focusing on the slides to see indeed whether you did it. So for me, for your next level, because you could memorize, there's no need to show slides. Rather, come in with a rich culture if you want to walk in with a dance. I've been watching and I'm expecting that somebody will come in with a different intro, that you come in with a dance, you speak to it, you add props. It is not every speech that you need to add slides, because looking at you, you're able to speak to it, and for that, there's no point. So going into the future, if you know you are very good at memorizing, just visualize it and begin to speak to it and add props, gestures, and then you'll get it. See you at the top, and well done.
Imagine going to a market where you find only fish. No onions, no watermelons, nothing, just fish. Weird, right? Now that's the power of cultural diversity. You expect these other things to be there. Today I'm going to talk about how cultural diversity helps to develop the nation. My name is Elsie Free. Kindly vote for me at BOT2. Thank you very much. Imagine going into a garden where there's only one type of flower. The whole field, just roses. It would be beautiful, yes, but it would be plain. A little too boring if you ask me. But imagine that same field with roses, with tulips, with lilies, sunflowers, forget-me-not. Wouldn't that be a little better? Think about it. A variety of all these flowers. It brings more warmth, more color, more grace. Now that's what cultural diversity is all about. It's about bringing all the different cultures from different people together with unity to strengthen the nation. My name is Elsie Free, and I believe that cultural diversity actually does strengthen national development. Now, think about this. Going into a market where there's only fish, no onions, nothing, just fish, you would feel a little somewhere about it, because where are you going to get the other things from? Like, cultural diversity actually brings a variety from all the different cultures where you can get other foods. Speaking of foods, now I know some of you may be Akan, some of you may be Ewes. I am an Ewe to be precise, and in my hometown we eat akple. I know some people who are Akans, they prefer ampesie. The Gans prefer komi. The Hausas prefer Tozafi. All these different cultures bring different variety into the system, where I can decide that, oh, today why don't I eat my friend's food, which is ampesie? Why don't I eat this food? Why don't I eat this food? The variety of the different foods brings a sense of feeling, a sense of warmth, that I can say that, oh, today this person makes me feel a little more of myself than I would if I had eaten my hometown food, which is akpling. Now, cultural diversity also brings or helps to build innovation. Why, you may ask? Well, sometimes, in my opinion, I've seen people who are, let's say, masons, for example, masons who are building, and then let's say the mason is a guy. Now, an account craftsman will come and be like, this thing you are building, why don't you put a pillar here? Or why don't you do this here? He thinks it would be better because in his hometown, they do that and it makes the building a little more beautiful. Now, the mason tries this guy mason tries this, and he actually feels like this is actually beautiful. It makes the building a little better, a little more prettier. Now, that's the power of cultural diversity. If he hadn't met that Akan craftsman, he would have never thought of putting a pillar or something in place to make the building a little beautiful. Now, I want to end with a quote from Thomas Wolfe, who said, the beauty of the world comes from or built from the diversity of its people. And this is very correct, because if we don't have these different cultures, how would the world grow? How would the economy grow? How would the economy develop? How would we get all the different ideas from all the different places? My name is Elsie Afia, and if you see me in town, call me Esme so I know you're paying attention. Thank you.
So I like your intro. Your gestures were on point. Your message was very clear. Let me advise you, find another way of remembering something when you forget it. That then please don't do it.
That was a very beautiful intro. You gave a synopsis before introducing yourself, and it's a very powerful tool. You know, we are always used to introducing ourselves by mentioning our name, but you came in with a different way of introducing us to the topic, and I think it was very powerful. In terms of audience engagement, yes, I was following, I was enjoying. Delivery on point. For me, your gestures, you were just standing at one place, throwing your hands. Just throwing the hands. But gestures is not just hands. You move about a little, you pause, you stop. So if you are talking about food, and you don't even have the food, you add the props by showing us it's food. If you are mentioning dance, you shake yourself a little. These are things that beautify speeches. And for me, if you add it, you will stand out. Another thing you did so beautifully was to add a quote to give a beautiful conclusion. Well done, and keep going.
Elsie? Well, same here with the introduction. You gave us a good introduction. You were able to digest it very well and clarified your topic. Okay, and how you started ended well. Okay, but then I'll come back to the gestures. As Madam was saying, a little bit of movement, you know, showing that kind of props to beautify your presentation. If you add it up, you'll be able to get to the top. Okay, so try and work on it. Your delivery was on point. Language, grammar was also on point. Okay, so keep it up.
I'll be talking about cultural diversity driving productivity in Ghana. Kindly vote for me as contestant VOT 17. Thank you. Cultural diversity has made Ghana's rich cultural landscape. So Ghana's vibrant tapestry, over 100 ethnic groups, creates a powerful foundation for innovation, economic growth, and national unity. Each culture brings unique traditions, languages, and perspectives that strengthen the nation. Ghana's rich cultural landscape, with ethnic groups like the Akan, Mole Dagbon, Ewe, Ga Ajangme, and Guruma, represents Ghana's major cultural communities. And the languages are over 100 indigenous languages, including Twi, Hausa, Ewe, Fanti, Ga, Dagbani, and Jangme. And now festivals and traditions, Adai Kesi, Kundum, and Bugum festivals showcase our distinct cultural heritage and practices. I have an experience with the festivals and traditions where I was opportuned to be part of the Hogbechocho Festival. It was so beautiful. I was like, wow, Ghanaians really understand what cultural diversity is, because you could see Ghana's Ewes, Akans, and fancies that are so interested in learning about these festivals and more about the Ebes. And then I came to understand why Ghana is a gateway to Africa. That is simply because we embrace cultural diversity. We also talk about the cuisines and arts. Diverse regional flavors and thriving crafts industry reflect cultural fusion and creativity. And then the economic and social impact. Economic benefits, that is the tourism generating revenue and employment and also income generation. And then the jobs for guides, that's the tour guides, artisans, and hospitality staff. And the local businesses thrive through cultural tourism. Then the social benefits, which I find very important because it deals with people. That is promoting empathy and mutual respect, fostering community and pride cohesion, and preserving traditional knowledge and languages. Cultural innovation and benefits. Heritage preservation. Traditional music, dance, art, and cuisine remain protected and celebrated. Innovation and creativity. Blending cultural traditions sparks new ideas across music, art, and cuisine. That is our food. And then when it comes to the global exchange, cultural diversity promotes appreciation both domestically and internationally. However, there are some challenges or constraints, that is funding and climate changes that threatens cultural sustainability. And the opportunities are vast, but I'd like to talk about a few. That is the private sector and international partnerships strengthening preservation efforts. And there are a lot of drivers of productivity, but the main six drivers of productivity when it comes to cultural diversity are not much, but the first one, which is innovation and creativity. Diverse perspectives drive new ideas, products, and services for global competitiveness. And entrepreneurship. Cultural diversity creates opportunities in creative industries, tourism, and heritage sectors. I'll give a very good example. If there is a festival at the Labadi market people get jobs. That is the market women. So if I visit home and I go there because of the festival and I go to the market to buy foodstuffs. I have in the other way created jobs for those market women because I am going to buy. And also people from diverse cultural backgrounds also come there to come and buy foodstuffs. That also serves as income generation as far as entrepreneurship is concerned. And then the cultural tourism, which is very important. That is the rich heritage, attracting visitors, generating revenue, and then local employment. Completing the productivity picture, skills development comes into view. That is knowledge exchange between cultural groups, enhancing competitiveness and productivity. And the community engagement. Cultural pride fosters social cohesion and ownership during economic growth. And then it also gives unique cultural products and experiences, positioning Ghana as a competitively worldwide sector. I believe in cultural diversity. I would like to add what I know, that Ghana is a gateway to Africa. I would say that Ghana is a gateway to Africa simply because of how diverse we are in our culture. Guys, I am not a Ga, but I can speak Ga. I am not a Ga, but my favorite food is Banku. I enjoy fufu. I am not a Ga, but I can dance their cultural dance. I can also dance my cultural dance, and this is as a result of cultural diversity. I would like to end with a quote and not with a question because I believe that cultural diversity is a very beautiful topic. And if Ghanaians respect it and become active partakers in cultural diversity, Ghana is going to not be just the gateway of Africa, but one of the most respected countries with and peaceful countries as well. I would want to leave us with this quote that's by Kwame Nkrumah that says, "We all want a united Africa, united not only in our concept of what unity connotes, but united in our common desire to move forward together in dealing with all the problems that can best be solved only on a continental basis." Thank you.
That was amazing. But you see, next time when you are doing something about cultural diversity, you can even start with a dance or something. You were saying about festivals. I didn't see anything of that. Or did you had? You didn't show. Yeah, next time you show all that. Okay. Thank you. In all, you did so well. I like your engagement from your PowerPoint to your audience, and that was amazing. Keep it up. It was well structured. Thank you.
You have command over your voice and the grammar. That's a good thing you have. For me, in terms of clarity, it was there, structured, it was there. But one thing that we need to work on, you are here to tell us how we have differences in culture. But what I saw tonight was that you were rather presenting something from slides to us, reading verbatim to verbatim. If you want to get to the final stage, you should be able to gather that confidence. Because you have it. I could feel it in your voice. That you pick certain salient points and speak to it. If you want to read, we can also see and read. So what's the point? So for me, you have what it takes to give a very good speech. If you are giving a speech and you want to even present, maybe you are showing us some pictorial thing of a culture and all that, it's fine. But where you have to read everything verbatim, then it's also as well as we reading ourselves. So that is one thing you should work on. You also made mention of you like the guns. And for that matter, you eat banku. But I was thinking that the guns eat kinky. I couldn't see the connection. Maybe you are telling me that you love guns, but your favorite is. So the clarity was not there, because if you start off by saying, I am not a gun, but I love them. Because of that, I eat banku. You don't see that connection. So for me, you have what it takes, the voice, the command, you have it. Make sure you put your thoughts together and give us a better speech next time. Well done.
Hi, how are you doing? I like your energy on stage, okay? And you were vocal. To me, you were vocal. I like the voice behind your presentation. One thing I want to stress on is about you reading to us. We can as well read it, okay? So you have to be mindful about, you started well, okay, and then you ended well, knowing some points, and then you talked about it, okay? You did well. And I would encourage you, anytime you're talking or you're giving a speech, try to introduce some sort of person to draw an attention from the audience. Do you understand? It was like you're flowing through, you are not mindful about the audience, whether they are in line with your presentation. Okay, so you've done well today. I wish that the next time you would encourage yourself and then follow what we are saying, okay? Thank you.
Hello, good people. Ebusiafo, Anyemimi, and Novini. I come to you once again. Gabriel Tetelawete is my name. VOT 18. Today's topic is how cultural diversity strengthens national development. And I urge you all to vote for me at VOT 18. Thank you. Anyemimi, Mebusiafo, Novini, Nyeye, Memamwakwaba, Miawezolu, and welcome. Today, I invite you to a world where we discuss how cultural diversity strengthens national development. Now, cultural diversity isn't just a social reality. In fact, it is the strategic advantage for national development. When people from different backgrounds come together to relate constructively, new ideas are born, which help strengthen communities and ensure national development. Now, innovation thrives when people bring different worldviews to the table. Therefore, cultural diversity ensures inclusivity, being it education, being it technology, or entrepreneurship. Cultural diversity expands the scope of possibilities. Social cohesion and resilience is more prominent in the space of cultural diversity because people bring different ideas and they relate to get solutions to international problems. Cultural diversity is very unique for every nation's development because in a global competitive world, being it education or the professional space, cultural diversity helps for the unique growth of all individuals, which culminate into a national and international growth. Now, like Mahatma Gandhi once said, our ability to unite in diversity is the beauty and test of our civilization. And as our very own Venomaiah said, cultural diversity is like being invited to a party, and inclusivity is being asked to dance at the party. Therefore, let's protect our heritage, promote dialogue, and reflect in our voices to ensure cultural diversity. Because development is strongest when it is shared. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is the Chick Chat corner where judges try to bring their views on what is happening on the Voice of Tomorrow and then in general to all our new generational coming up. So today our question is, are we really having a generation that is ready to speak, that is ready to use their hand gestures, their eye contact, regardless of the phones and gadgets around us? Mr. Ignatius, we want to start with you.
Okay, thank you very much. For me, running this program, VOT, is more encouraging and more people are benefiting from it. We can testify today what we have through number of people. Okay, they are exhibiting good quality of confident public speaking. So I think the program should be encouraged more. People will come out to come out to support it so that we can help to grow the country.
All right, thank you so much. Miss B, are we having a generation that is ready to speak, to lead with the communication skills, the eye contact, the hand gestures that we are looking for in public speaking?
For me, it's yes. If only they are ready to learn and practice. The tools we have currently, for me, is not to say that they are a bad thing. They serve as a guide, direct us to become sharper and even perfect. However, if one wants to be able to speak, it requires you to practice, constant practice, and that comes with the usage of your vocal variety, your gestures, and then maybe your comfort level. For me, I think that these tools we have around, they have their limits. They will tell you what to say, but they can't give you the gesture. They can tell you where to go, but they can't be your voice. So for me, I am so enthused about this program, the Voice of Tomorrow. AI can't be your voice. It's about you. So for me, they need to make their story their own. Own your story and tell your story. And maybe those tools will support you to give a better story. So my answer is yes, if only they want to practice and do it.
Thank you so much, our judges for today. Thank you so much, our audience. So, the AI cannot really make you, but it is you who has to own your own story and make it real for us to see. So this is the Chit Chat Corner. Thank you for watching. My name is Rosemary Osekofo, and the program is proudly sponsored by Stanbic Bank. Stanbic is the bank for you.